What is up, fellas? We are back for another UFC predictions video. This time for UFC Fight Night Atlanta, Usman versus Buckley. Guys, we have a pretty sick fight night card this weekend with a really good main event. We're going to jump right into that. But before we do, if you're new, subscribe. I'd appreciate it a lot. There's no reason not to. Don't be lame. But let's jump right into it, fellas. Kicking us off at women's flyweight, Vanessa Demopoulos is taking on Jamie Lynn Horth. Garbage. Garbage fight. Who cares? I'm going with Jamie Lynn Horth. I think Vanessa Demopoulos genuinely is one of the worst fighters I've ever had to bear witness to. She is garbage, and she is disgustingly outsized here in this matchup. Jamie Lynn Horth, not great either, but she lost to Miranda Maverick, you know what I mean? Who's co-main eventing this card, I think. She's got a better skill set. She's tough. She needs to get going a little faster, and I think she can beat Vanessa Demopoulos easy. I think she wins a decision here. I think Demopoulos is terrible. If I remember, both of them do that Kanako Murata decision is one of the worst robberies I've ever seen. Two robberies and then three losses. Vanessa Demopoulos is terrible. She should lose this fight for sure. There's no point in me breaking that down. Moving up to 170, Phil Rowe versus Angelusa. Tricky one. Tricky one, fellas. I think I'm going to go with Phil Rowe over Angelusa after watching a little bit of tape. I think if Phil Rowe, now when Phil Rowe in his last fight against Jake Matthews, he wasn't throwing as much as I'd like him to. I thought he could beat Jake Matthews pretty handedly, but he didn't really give himself the chance to win like I thought he would. But I think this is a winnable matchup for him, dude. He's got a disgusting height and reach advantage. He's really good with his straight punches. He's pretty athletic. He's got good timing. Angelusa, on the other hand, he lost to Gabriel Bonfim in a decision, so that doesn't age too bad. He's getting destroyed by Brian Battle. Lost to Munir Laziz, but that was a long time ago. And these two wins, I mean, Reese McKee he almost lost to. He almost lost to Reese McKee. He beat AJ Fletcher in a decision. I think he's going to have a hard time beating Phil Rowe in a decision here. Phil Rowe hasn't fought in a little while, but I think he's got all of the athletic attributes and the size to win this fight. Nobody's picking Phil Rowe. Maybe they know something I don't. I'm going with Phil Rowe. I think he's the better striker. He's the longer striker. I think if he stays behind his straight punches, he'll win this fight by decision. Guaranteed. Not guaranteed, but you know what I mean. Moving up to bantamweight, Ricky Simone taking on Cameron Smotherman on short notice. Bummed that it wasn't. We didn't get to see Ricky Simone versus Charles Jourdain. That was like the best fight on the card for me. I had that. That's like one of the best fights they could have made. I was stoked for that one, but Cameron Smotherman stepping in on short notice. I don't know the line here, but I would assume Ricky Simone's a big favorite, as he should be. I'm picking him to win. Smotherman's last performance against Seri City, he looked like dog shit. And Ricky Simone flatlined Javid Bashrat, which we picked him to do as a plus 235 underdog, by the way. Yeah, Ricky Simone's just a dog, dude. He's got good power. He's got good wrestling. He's got good submissions. And he was in camp preparing for a real good fighter in Charles Jourdain. Cameron Smotherman's a decent boxer. You know, he beat Jake Hadley on short notice. I don't think he beats Ricky Simone on short notice. I think he's got too many physical attributes for Cameron Smotherman to overcome, especially this early in his career on short notice. This guy ain't Jake Hadley. Wait, what? Oh, there's only one pick. I was like 100% chance for Simone KO. I'm going with Ricky Simone here. I think he could get it done any which way. I think he could win a decision. I think he could knock down Cameron Smotherman. I think he could take him down. I think he could submit him. I think this is Ricky Simone's fight to win. He needs to win this fight and get himself some momentum back, and I think he will. I'm going to say Ricky Simone wins this fight inside the distance. I feel like he should. Moving up to flyweight, Cody Durden take on Jose Ochoa. Okay, they do have the line for this. Yeah, I kind of want to go with Jose Ochoa as well, man. He had a really good performance against Lonair Kavanaugh. He was looking very dangerous in this matchup, but Cody Durden's a dog, man. But he has taken some good damage lately. This is a tricky one. Because if you look at Jose Ochoa's career before he fought Kavanaugh, not super impressive. He's good, but like you weren't sure how good. But then he had this fight with Kavanaugh that was really competitive and a really close fight. A lot of people picking Durden. I see the vision with Cody Durden. I see the vision. I'm gonna go with Jose Ochoa though. I just kind of young guy. He's coming off of a great performance, and Cody Durden. He's taken a lot of damage lately. He's not getting any younger. I just feel like if Ochoa catches him with a shot, I don't know if Cody Durden's gonna have that same dog in him. I'm sure he'll tough some positions out, but I'm gonna go with Jose Ochoa. I just think he's gonna do more damage here in this matchup. I don't think Cody Durden's wrestling is gonna be that much of an it factor, especially if it gets defended the first couple of times, because he'll gas super hard like he did against Josh Van. I'm going with Jose Ochoa here. I think he's just more dangerous. Moving up to bantamweight, Malcolm Wellmaker is taking on Chris Moutinho. Guys, I'm going with Malcolm Wellmaker. Chris Moutinho, he's put together a good streak since getting cut by the UFC, but Malcolm Wellmaker is, in my opinion, the real deal. He's 31 in his prime, bigger guy, more reach, way more technical striking. If I'm not mistaken, Chris Moutinho got finished by Guido Canetti. Yeah, I'm going with Malcolm Wellmaker by TKO. I know he's improved, but this is a brutal matchup to give him, man. This is a fucking brutal one. It's got to be Wellmaker. Moving up to welterweight, Michael Chiesa taking on Court McGee. Guys, I'm going with Michael Chiesa. I think Court McGee is booty right now. Beat Tim Means, another unk. Michael Chiesa, Tony Ferguson, made me want to kill myself. And it beat Max Griffin. Max Griffin's actually low-key still very dangerous. Like, I think Max Griffin would finish Court McGee. I just think Chiesa, at this point, even though they're both old, Chiesa's younger. I think he's got a better ground game. I think he's better on the feet. And I think he's got better durability than Court McGee for sure. I think Court McGee's durability is pretty compromised. And I don't think he can beat Michael Chiesa on the ground. A lot of people are picking Chiesa by submission. I'm thinking Chiesa decision here. I think he just coasts to his a decision over Court McGee here, getting better position in the grappling, landing better shots in the feet. Not really giving up too much position to go for a submission, just winning a pretty clear decision is how I feel. Moving up to light heavyweight, Paul Craig taking on Rodolfo Bellato. Guys, I broke this one down before. I have to go with Rodolfo Bellato, even though I think he's fucking terrible. He's chinny. He has no striking defense. He does not move his head. He's awful. But Paul Craig has nothing on the feet for him. Unless Rodolfo Bellato jumps in Craig's guard, he's going to beat him up. It's really that simple. I feel like this is, maybe I'm stupid, but this feels like a really easy card to break down. Yeah, Paul Craig needs to submit him. I could honestly see Paul Craig stinging him on the feet just because of how bad Bellato's chin is. Like, it is horrible. But it's Paul Craig. I can't bank on him hurting him on the feet, bro. And I can't really bank on Bellato being a big enough moron to jump into his guard and get submitted. So I have to pick him to win. I think he can probably win this fight by TKO. Yeah, that's what everybody's picking him to win by. I think he probably wins by TKO to like ground and pound. Paul Craig probably just curls up or something. Yeah, going with Rodolfo Bellato. Keeping it at light heavyweight. Omar Sy taking on Alonzo Minifield. What's the line on this? That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Okay. Guys, Omar Sy, or Umar Sy, whatever the fuck his name is, should not be minus 500 over Alonzo Minifield. That's crazy. Omar Sy's really good, though. He's a good grappler. He's got all of the physical attributes to be a real problem in this division. I mean, look at the size of him, right? 83-inch reach, 6'4". Alonzo Minifield is fucking dangerous, though, man. He hits very hard. He's very explosive. And Umar Sy isn't that great on the feet, bro. He's all right, but he's not that good. He needs to take down Minifield, which I think he can do, and I think he can win inside the distance, but this line is fucking crazy. I'm going with Umar Sy. I think he can win this fight inside the distance. I think he could sub Minifield, and I think he could get a good position, maybe flatten him and land some strikes and TKO him that way. But every moment on the feet is going to be fucking spooky, I think. I think it's going to be scary on the feet. Minus 500. Yeah, I'm going with Umar Sy inside the distance, but holy shit, that is a scary fight. Moving to middleweight, Cody Brundage taking on Mansour Abdul Malik. Another pretty crazy line, because, I mean, like I know it's Cody Brundage and Cody Brundage is pretty bad, but Mansour Abdul Malik almost lost to Nick Klein. He almost got TKO'd as like a minus 2,000. It's kind of a similar situation to Umar Sy, except I think Umar Sy is way better than Mansour Abdul Malik. Um, Good grappler, good power, very explosive, good ground and pound, really exceptional ground and pound on this guy. Can he get it going on Cody Brundage? I think he can, but Brundage has got some power. Brundage gets after it. He's going to put himself in a position to where he either finishes Malik or gets finished. But I think more often than not, he'll probably get finished. So I'm going to go with, once again, I'm going to go with Mansour Abdul Malik. I think he'll probably win this fight by TKO just because I feel like ground and pound's more his specialty. I feel like the line's a little bit spooky. I feel like these lines are a little bit spooky, man. Moving up to bantamweight, Cody Garbrandt take on Raoni Barcelos. Guys, I'm taking Cody Garbrandt. Suck my dick. I'm doing it. First underdog on the card, we're taking it. I'm going with Cody Garbrandt. I'm still a believer. We're not done yet, and we're fighting another old man. I know he beat up Peyton Talbot, but Peyton Talbot's bisexual. Cody Garbrandt, Chad, throat tattoo. We're chinning Raoni Barcelos. We're giving him the Umar special, and we're KOing him stone dead with a left hook. I do genuinely believe Cody Garbrandt can win this fight, though. He's way faster. He's got way better hands. He's got pretty good grappling defense, unless he's fighting Figueiredo. But Figueiredo, in my opinion, is a level better than Raoni Barcelos, especially the version of Figgy that Cody fought. He hasn't fought since then, but I'm trusting in the kid, man. I'm trusting in him. I think we're going to utilize our speed, our power, and land big shots on old man Barcelos and put him to fucking bed as a plus 120 underdog. I'm going with Cody Garbrandt. Yeah, we're with the people on this one. Yeah, I think Cody Garbrandt can win this fight, though. Raoni Barcelos is good, though. He is actually good. I think this is a pretty good fight. I think this is pretty much an even Steven fight as far as lines go, or should be even Steven. So I'm going to lean the underdog and the fan favorite. I'm going with Cody. I hope he wins by knockout. Moving up to middleweight, Edmund Shabazian taking on Andre Petroski. This is a tricky one, kind of. I want to go with Shabazian because Petroski has a glass chin and he's dog shit on the feet. But man, Edmund Shabazian can be an absolute victim of being taken down and battered. And Andre Petroski can take him down and batter him. Do I want to pick the guy who got KO'd by Jacob Malkoon's hip bone? Not really. Anthony Hernandez, that's unfortunate. Gerald Meerschaert, it's unfortunate. I think Shabazian can win this fight if he's not retarded. He did beat Rodolfo Vieira, though. Fuck, I hate this. Edmund's 27 still? He's so young. I gotta go with Shabazian, man. He's just eons better on the feet. And at one point, I gotta trust him to not gas himself out chasing a finish. The thing is, though, if he wobbles Petroski, he's gonna finish him because Petroski has no chin, dude. He does not have a good chin. And honestly, at this point, it's like you're losing to Michelle Pahea at middleweight, bro. You might just be dog shit. I'm going with Edmund Shabazian. I think he flatline KOs Andre Petroski. I think he can keep himself safe. I think he can have good first layer takedown defense and stop the initial shot of Petroski. I think he can land shots on the feet that'll hurt Andre Petroski. I think he's a way better striker. I'm going with Shabazian. Even though I could see a world where Petroski does get the better of him, I don't want to see Petroski have any success. Fuck him. Moving up to the co-main event at women's flyweight, Rose Namajunas taking on Miranda Maverick. My initial reaction, guys, is why the fuck is Miranda Maverick in this fight? I've got to go with Rose Namajunas here. I mean, who's her last win? Jamie Lynn Horth. Jamie Lynn Horth to Rose Namajunas. What the fuck are we even talking about? 275 is a discount for all I'm concerned. What are we saying, dude? Andrea Lee, Dione Barbosa, Jamie Lynn Horth, Rose Namajunas. Are we smoking crack? I have to go with Rose. Amanda Ribas, Tracy Cortez, and she's taken Blanchfield to a decision. She's taken Firot to a competitive decision. She's taken Carla Esparza to a competitive decision. The level of competition is just so vast. This fight, Rose has to win this fight, surely. She's way better on the feet. Her grappling's been coming along nicely. I think she can win this fight easily by decision. I think she can beat up Miranda Maverick on the fucking feet too. I think she can hurt her bad. This ain't Jamie Lynn Hortler, bro. No one is expecting a finish here. Like 2% of people are picking finish. Yeah, I think Namajunas just schools her. I think she shows her levels. I think this is too soon for Miranda Maverick. I think the jump in competition, she's gonna feel it real bad. She should be thankful that this isn't a fucking 5-rounder because she would get battered, in my opinion. I gotta go with Rose Namajunas here. Oh, in a 3-rounder, even a 3-rounder. I think a 3-rounder gives Maverick a better chance of winning. But you know what I mean? Like Rose Namajunas, like she's fighting Blanchfield. Blanchfield's a way better grappler than Maverick, in my opinion. Yeah, a Rose decision, clear. 29-28 maybe. Maybe Maverick has a good round, gets her down. I don't really see it though. And closing out the card with our welterweight main event, the former champ Kamaru Usman taking on Joaquin Buckley. Crazy line. I would have never expected the line to look like this. You told me 4 years ago Joaquin Buckley's minus 300 over Kamaru Usman. I'd spit in your fucking face. But that's where we are. And honestly, I'm going with Joaquin Buckley, dude. It's been a long time since Kamaru Usman's fought. It's been almost 2 years since he fought. But that wasn't even, he hasn't had a full camp in over 2 years. He has been out for a long time on the shelf. And he is an old man for this division. 38 years old. I know he's an athletic freak. He's a beast. He's one of the greatest welterweight fighters of all time. But in my opinion, I think his time is done. I don't think he can wrestle here. I don't think he can wrestle Buckley. I think his knees are probably shot. I think Buckley's going to be attacking them legs too, a lot. And Buckley's one of these rare guys where I feel like he can match the physicality of a Kamaru Usman. I think people picking Kamaru Usman might be disillusioned a little bit by his performance against Chimaev. But I don't think they realized this 2 years ago, man. He was 36 here. He's 38 now. Joaquin Buckley's put together a good streak. He's been looking better and better each fight. He's in his prime. He's got all the physical attributes to be able to match a Kamaru Usman. He's strong. He's fast. He's explosive. He's got decent. I think he's got underrated grappling, Joaquin Buckley. I think this is his fight to win here, man. I think this is his fight to win. I think everything's lined up for him to win this fight. A lot of people picking him by TKO, and I happen to agree. I think Joaquin Buckley can find a shot that hurts Kamaru Usman. I really do. I think Usman's time, I think it might be done, bro. I don't know. Because you got to also understand, like, he hasn't fought in 2 years. He hasn't had a camp in over 2 years. He's got shit going on outside of fighting right now. You know what I mean? Like, he's doing, like, his podcast thing and shit like that. And it's got to be hard for a guy like that who's been doing that for like 2 years to just put it down and then go back into a camp against a young, hungry guy on a big win streak in his prime who seems to have everything dialed in. It's all red flags for me for Kamaru Usman, which is why I want to pick Buckley. I recognize Usman's skill set. I think he's a great fighter, but I just don't think it's his time anymore, dude. I got to go with Joaquin Buckley. You know, he beat Covington, Stephen Thompson KO'd him. Bruiser Boev's not an easy guy to beat. Beats Luque and beats Morano, and he's got wins going on even before this too. You know what I mean? At welterweight, he's on a hell of a streak. He's dangerous. He's well-rounded. He can go hard for probably all 5 rounds, honestly. I gotta go with Buckley. I think he can win this fight inside the distance. I think he can get a TKO win here over Kamaru Usman. I think he can set him up and land that big shot. Yeah. That's it for UFC Fight Night Atlanta. I don't really have too much to say for this one. A lot of these fights are like minus 500, minus 600, crazy lines and shit. So there's really not that much to break down other than the fact that maybe an underdog upsets. But yeah, that's UFC Fight Night Atlanta. Those are my picks. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. I appreciate it a ton. If you're new, subscribe. I upload MMA content every single week. I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.